Hello, today we have on your left Armaf Club de Nuit Intense Man. In the center is a small sample of Creed Aventus. And then on your right we have Montblanc Explorer. Now, a lot of you people know that the three of these are in common, except the Club de Nuit and Explorer are, quote, clones or close to clones of the Creed Aventus. So let's break down these scents. But before I go on, I want to just say that I've worn Club de Nuit the past year, and I did get a unsolicited compliment from a complete stranger, a young lady behind a counter, and she was just kind of like wanting to know really badly what smells so good. And I told her about the Club de Nuit. So that's a confirmed compliment without me knowing the person. Okay, back to the scents. On the opening, the Club de Nuit has a very nice alcohol blast with a lemon citrus mixed in. At this point, during the alcohol blast, I don't get sometimes people get a strong lemon pledge cleaner smell, but I didn't get that on the alcohol blast. But I do love the alcohol blast on just about any fragrance that's sprayed on me. And then on the Creed Aventus in the center, it's not a spray, it's a little vial with a little dabber that you can dab a sample on your skin, or you can take the bottle and press it against your skin and rub some of the fragrance on you. So I'm going by that. I don't have a sprayer for the Aventus. I've never owned Creed Aventus, but I have tried the full presentation Creed Aventus at several high-end department stores. So I'm going by that. So what I get on the Creed Aventus is I don't get the alcohol blast, and that's probably because I'm getting it from a sample. But I do get a citrusy, lemony scent, and the citrus scent is a lot like Chanel's Allure Homme Sport cologne version, and I really love that Allure Homme. And then people report that they get a pineapple note. Well, it's been a long time since I smelled a open up pineapple, so I can't really speak to that, but I get more of a lemon. Going on to the Montblanc Explorer, get a very good alcohol blast with a citrusy lemon. If you smell really deep into the alcohol blast, you can smell, or I smell, a little bit of herb in the background, very faint though. And then on the mids, the Creed Aventus settles down to a light lemony fragrance, and I noticed it went by intensity downwards very quickly, but that's because it's probably the little vial sample. And then the Club de Nuit, the alcohol wears off, and then I do get a slight lemon pledge type of scent, but not sickening. Of course, this is a very powerful fragrance, so you might want to be careful around people when you initially spray this. You might want to do it at the privacy of your own home or car. And then another interesting scent I get on the mid, on the Club de Nuit, is I only could describe it as a slight pencil lead type of scent in the background, very slight. But that's my nose. And on the Montblanc Explorer on the mid, you do get a citrus, maybe a bergamot or lemon, and then it's mixed in with a herbaceous quality. Not too herbaceous, but I get something like that in the background. Okay, onto the base notes, or the dry down after about 15 minutes. In the Club de Nuit, well, let me just kind of clarify something. On the Club de Nuit, I had to wait longer for it to settle down, probably half an hour. And that's probably not even long enough. You might need half an hour to 45 minutes for it to settle in. And once it's settled in, I get a clean, masculine type of scent, fresh, and slightly citrusy. I would say the lemon pledge wears off or goes away. And then on the Creed Aventus sample, I have very dry skin, so the scent is actually faint when I try to smell it again after about 15 minutes. But what I did smell was a faint citrus with a bit of musk and masculine type of scent. On the Montblanc Explorer, on the dry down, I get a similar to the mid, a citrusy bergamot, lemon with herb. So from the mid to the dry down is sort of linear. Now let's talk about projection. On the Club de Nuit, Intense Man, it is intense, and it's a very high-powered projection-y scent, and be careful with the sprays. The time that I got the unsolicited compliment, the girl behind the counter, she was about 5 foot away before approaching me. And then your Creed Aventus sample, I would say it's a moderate projection. I probably didn't put enough on my skin. I should have used a little bit more of the sample, but it's a small sample and I want to try to stretch it out. But I would say it's a moderate projection. Oh, and going back to the Club de Nuit, the popular word for fragrance is beast mode. I would say it's a beast mode fragrance. Okay, now on to the Montblanc Explorer. I would say it's a moderate projection. I've worn it, but I haven't got any compliments, but I haven't worn it a lot. So maybe I just need to experiment with that more, or else people have smelled it but didn't speak up. And then on the longevity, the Club de Nuit, it's going to last you a while. one time before I did spray it on my clothes, and even after one washing, it still smelled like Club de Nuit. Of course, it toned down a little bit. But the longevity on this thing, even for me on my dry skin, it'd probably be about 10 hours. And then on the Aventus sample, on me, it probably only lasts a couple hours, but that's from the sample. If I had the actual full presentation spray version, I'm sure it'd last longer. And on the Montblanc Explorer, the longevity on my skin would probably last 3 to 5 hours. And that's on dry skin. Your value may be more if you don't have dry skin. Now, which one do I like the best? Well, I can't really comment on the Creed Aventus sample because it's just a sample. So let's take that out of the equation. I would probably wear the Montblanc Explorer since it's a little bit safer. And if people are sensitive to a lemon pledge type of scent, the Club de Nuit might choke them out. But the Club de Nuit is the one I got the compliment on. So what has that taught me? Oh, and I did spray it fresh when the young lady did smell it. I guess it just depends. All people are different and have different sensitivities in the nose. And it's up to you if you want to do quite a few sprays or just one spray. For me, I'd probably do about 6 sprays, and that's including 2 on my clothes for the Club de Nuit to get it noticed for about 2 to 3 hours out in public. And then I would wait about half an hour before going out. And then on the Montblanc Explorer, I would say that's kind of a good in-between between the Creed Aventus and the Club de Nuit. And it's at a reasonable price. So I would recommend going with the Explorer for someone who doesn't want to outright spend the money blindly on the Creed Aventus and doesn't want to bother with a I don't want to say lower quality, but lower priced clone type, quote clone. So I would go with the Montblanc Explorer. Overall, it's a nice scent. If you're out in public and wearing it and people notice it, most likely they won't even know about Club de Nuit or Creed Aventus. They'll just say, "What's that nice smell?" And then you go from there. Now, the Club de Nuit, would I buy it again? Probably not. I'm hoping to save enough money to buy the actual Creed Aventus full presentation bottle. However, in the meantime, the Montblanc Explorer is doing me fine. Please like, subscribe, share, comment on my video. And also I have another video which is a giveaway. And that video is about Mugler Pure Havane and Prada L'Homme Intense. So have a good one, and we'll see you on the next one.